Again, two case studies, one on the container fire and another one the VLCC. And in both the cases, we are fortunate that majority of the containment was saved because of the good coordination between the various agencies. So now it's a question of lessons learned, because it's not the first time we are going for the case studies. We have been doing case studies, learning, learning, but whether we learn from it really. Because if you learn from it, it means we are not repeating it. We are repeating it, it means we are simply going through one session, going through the case studies, again putting it back into the cupboard. So that should not happen. And thank you, all the three speakers, Mr. Richard, Mr. Matthew, and Mr. Arfian, and especially immediately after lunch, keeping all the audience awake. It's a big challenge, and they have successfully done it. So they all deserve a big round of applause. Because of the paucity of time, I'll request all of you to have your questions during the networking session in the break. Unless there is just one couple of questions that we can take. Otherwise, we'll request you to keep your questions intact. Once you go back for the tea break, then you can have it. So thank you very much. Just one question? Yes, please.
Yeah, one question. How you came across any SPM incidents and related subsea pipeline related to SPM? Anything, any incidents you have addressed?
Whom you are addressing this question, please? It will be nice.
Pardon?
Whom you are addressing this question to?
Anyone, because everybody is expert in the thing, and I don't know which entity how came across single point mooring type of
Matthew, you can take this.
Incident.
Mr. Matthew, you can take this question. He's asking the subsea pipeline or the SPM, in case there is oil spill, how to handle it. That is the question?
That is the question.
Yeah.
Hi. Thanks for the question. The question is, how do we handle a spill from a subsea pipeline or SPMT?
How you came across any incident?
How we can
by your company?
Thank you for the question. I think the answer is quite simple. We would approach it the same way we would approach any other oil spill. So, to highlight the importance of preparedness, we should start from preparedness. And SPMT is a source of risk. So, in terms of planning for oil spills, we should identify an SPM as a potential source of risk. Similarly, as how we would identify an offshore production platform as a source of risk. So in terms of preparedness, your plan should be there, and you should already have a plan for it and resources and personnel to deal with it. If a spill occurs, work based on the plan. Of course, the scenario can be different. I can also suggest if there's probability modeling or stochastic modeling that has been done, that will give you and some idea of how the oil is going to behave, how the oil is going to spread in the event that you had a scenario at your SPM. And that will guide the planning for your response to potential scenario from an SPM or a subsea pipeline. Does that answer your question?
So until now, you didn't came across SPM-related incidents, right?
We do have, actually just earlier this year, there was a SPM pipeline rupture during a product transfer from a ship through an SPM, which the product will eventually reach the shoreline refinery.
Location, please?
We had this scenario in Thailand. So we do respond to such scenarios, and we have responded to such scenarios before.
Okay, thank you.
Just very quickly, the case history I wasn't able to have time to provide was also an SPM, and OSRL were involved as well. But ITOP were involved in El Callao in Peru. So I'm very happy to talk to you in the networking session about that, if that's of help.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think we can end this session.
Oil Spill India 2022 is dedicated to the Honorable Prime Minister's Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Clean Seas.